Hello, it's Dominique. So we're back with our project. Today we'll be making the page number 3, which is 2 pockets with the middle band. And I've seen that on YouTube and I really thought it was amazing. So I'll show you how I did this. So first of all, we're making a band here that is going to be folded in 2. So I first measured the height of my page, and then I added, like, I would say 1/4 inch each side, and I decided on the width of the band. So I decided it was going to be this wide here. So I've scored it here. I've scored 1/4 inch, and I cut it a little bit more. It could be an inch, half an inch, whatever you want, because it's going to be covered anyways. So the way we do that, so after we've scored it in the center, like that's the width of your pocket that you want, the band you want in the middle. So you just fold it straight, and then you fold the back band, which is just the extra amount of paper that you've left. You fold those 2 little flaps to the back, and those here, which I have tapered a little bit because it's going to be folded and then folded like this, so you want to taper just a little corner right here. So I fold this one and that one, so it's like this, so you can see what it's doing right here. So that's the way it's going to be. So we're first going to glue this onto here on both, on the top and the bottom. So just the width of this one here. So we're putting some glue right here, folding that in there. So you see why we tapered it? That's because we want it to fold correctly. And then you just press on it. And then, so now you can see that we have a pocket that's going all the way to the side. That's very important. It has to go all the way. That's why we're folding it. We're not just gluing it like this. Otherwise it wouldn't work. So let's fold this like this. And then you decide, I would go in the middle of my page. So you're going to glue just those 2 ends right here. Just those 2 here. I guess you could always glue these 2 as well. It's going to go that way and that way. No, I wouldn't glue those, because then it's going to be glued, and you won't have, if you slide a card in there, it'll stop here. So you're going to slide the card right that way here. So if you glue those extra, because I made it a little wider, you can make them the same width, so that would make it easier. But if you make the bottom one, or the bottom one not as wide, do not glue this part when you glue that there. Okay? So I'm gluing this right here in the center, pretty much, doesn't matter. So as you can see, it's a belly band, which we will decorate with little pocket I'm going to make with this later. So here you have your band. Yeah. Now what you do is you pick the paper you want to make the backing of those of the page, because you're going to put a piece of paper that will back here, another one here. So you have to get your paper trimmer. So here you have to measure from the side here to not quite the back. It could be half of the band here. It doesn't have to go all the way in, because the card's going to go in and then it's just going to slip in it. It doesn't matter, as long as it's wider than the band that you've put inside, because the band that you've put inside is going to be, let me think a second. Yeah, if you have to have your paper cover the band that's inside, so that when you put your card, it doesn't stop there. So that one here is going to be from there to here, and then the right height. And I suggest you cut both of your matting at the same time so it's the same height. So I'm going to cut the whole page here. And this one here is going to go like this. This is going to be the matting for this side here. So you try it on to see if it works. If it's a little bit too wide, you just cut a little strip. So you see that part that we haven't glued on, that extra one, is going to be glued on with the matting here, so we won't see it. So this goes in there. Just perfect. But we're not gluing that one quite yet. I'm going to show you why. Let's cut this one now. So this one will go, this one goes in the pocket here, and that one will go in here. So you have to measure as long as it covers what you've got inside. So you have to cover at least, I would say, 1/2 inch. But you can put more if you want to. Put a little bit more. This is going to be going like this to mat this part. So now you have to figure out how you're going to do this. So this, after this is matted, you're going to have a card or a photo mat that's going to go this way, all the way in. So this, when you glue this one, you have to glue just around it here. That's all you need to glue. And then that one here is going to stop here. This is the pocket where it stops. So this one you can glue all around. So I'm going to do this one first. But first we have to distress them. Pencil mark here. And also I should have distressed this part here and these here, both sides. So this one we have some writing, so I'm putting it the right way up. You don't have to put so much glue because as long as you have some on the side here, that's all that counts. So I would go like this and bring it to the edge, just like 1/6 or 32nd of an inch. The same amount all around, as much as you can. So this one is done. And this one, we're just going to go here, here, here. So I'm going to go like this, this. Very important that this one you do not glue all the way, which I did before. It took me a couple of times before I got it right, I can tell you. So this is going to go like this and to the edge here. So this I call the double pocket belly band. I haven't distressed it. Let's do this again. Very important to stress everything. Just those two sides here. Okay. Corners, sometimes we don't put enough. So let's put some more glue. Not too much. Just around, like a pocket, because it's a pocket after all. So it's going to go this way. Here. And then to the edge. And you leave the amount that you have around, same amount. So here you have a pocket that goes all the way in and one that goes here. And what I suggest is that when you make the two pockets, that you mat them with the same paper and the same length. It will be the same, the same height here. so that when you put them in, people will think that it's just a belly band with the one photo mat in there, but then you remove one and then you remove the big one, and then they're really amazed. I've seen that before. So this is going to be our photo mat. So it's going to go pretty much all the way back, all the way there. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller than the matting that I've done. It's just a photo mat, and I'm going to cut the other one not quite. I think I should do it this way so that I have two. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that differently. So I'm going to use one this way. I'm going to cut that in half. That's what I'm going to do. So this is 11, so it's going to be 5.5. The same. So now we have our two mats. One is going to go this way here. I'm going to remove a little strip. Straight, same length. There. I think that's big enough so that it goes in really smoothly. So this one is going all the way in there, so you're going to cut it so that it ends like somewhere around there. And then that's the one here. And then this one is going to go all the way into... Okay, so sometimes because of the glue, it's hard to get in. So what I do is I get a piece of chipboard and I just go in there and show the path. And if you still can't get it in all the way in, that means it's a little too wide, so you can cut it a little bit. And this one you cut also. So I'm going to cut another little strip so that it goes in easily. Maybe just 1/4 inch should be good enough. See, it goes all the way now. Let's try a little bit more here. Maybe I put a little bit too wide of glue. So I'm just gonna do this like this on the sides. I'm trying to get rid of some glue that I got there. See, it's going in now. So it's going in all the way to here. I'm gonna cut it here. And also you have to think that you have to try with the paper that you're gonna put to see if it's all the way, to see if it still fits in. It should though. So we got the one here. To find it. When it's going to be sturdier because of the matting, it'll be easier to put in because it won't fold. So here you kind of have the two photo mats that fit in there. So you kind of think that there's just the one, but then when you remove them, there's this one here and that one here that goes all the way there, which is cute. So I'm going to mat those two. I'm going to mat this one right now. This I'm going to do later. So I decided I would put some of this paper right here. Too much stuff here. So I'm going to use this for the matting. Here, that way, because I want to use it as journaling. So there's room for journaling, so the lines have to be right. This. Distress it. Remove a little mark of pencil. Each side. One here too. So this one I wouldn't round the corners because this band here is square. but the mats I would round the corners. I think it always looks nicer when the corners are rounded. It doesn't look like just you just got a piece of paper and just put it there. So I think it's better. And then we're going to make the little envelope because I decided to embellish it with with a card from the paper collection, a cutout. So it's right here. So this one here, I measured just a little bit more, like a 1/16 of an inch or 32nd of an inch more than this, what is going to be around the card. And then I added like 1/4 of an inch just so that it can fold. And then I measured the same here, and then I left again 1/4 of an inch so that it can fold. So I'm gonna fold it here. I've just scored them. I'm gonna cut the corner here. Cut the corner. And go like this. I suggest to go like not straight, because sometimes you have a gap, especially when you do like the corners of your binder or anything that you need to have a corner on. So this is going to fold like this and glue like this. So this is going to be our little envelope, and this is going to be glued on here and right here. So we're going to have a cute little card, and you can still put some stuff in there. So let's do this, and then after that we're going to look at our album to see what room we have left for our last page, page 4, which we'll be doing next. So I decided to have on the top the piece that is folded. Like you like to have the folds here, not the piece of that has been cut. It looks nicer on the edge. I decided to make just this one pocket, but you could have made like bands here with pockets, or make this little kind of pocket larger with a second pocket in it. You know, you can do whatever you want. So this is it, and then we're going to glue it here. So let's do this here like this. You don't go all the way to the side because it's a little wider, so I'm just going to go like this and see how it goes on to the page to make sure that my page is on the right way, the right side. So I'm going to put this just here to leave as much room as possible for the journaling here. And they have the extra pocket. How cute is this? And then we're going to mat these two. Let's round the corners. Also, when you get the corners that are rounded, it's easier to slide into pockets because the corners don't catch. And you have to do both sides. I don't think I'm going to mat on both sides because it's going to be too thick for the pockets. It might not go in or be too tight, so I'm just going to go on one side. So this side I still, because I always distress my mats on the back as well. I think it's nicer. Sorry. It's nicer. It doesn't look like it just, okay, let's do this and then get rid of it. So you have to put some heart into your work, so I suggest you do the back as well. It makes a difference. The other day I was showing an album that I had photo mats, the large photo mats, the inserts into the pocket page, and I had forgotten to distress them, and I thought it was not very nice, so I think it's very important that we do that all the time. Couldn't prepare that because I needed to show you how to measure your mats. according to the space you have on your page for the pockets. So that's why I did not prepare those. And also I didn't know exactly where I would put the band on the page, so I didn't want to get some done here. So here I decided that I would be using the 6x6s. Well, this one I can't because it's too big, so maybe I will on just one of them, but they don't really match. So I think I'm gonna go with this. Okay. So you see, you go according to what you've got available paper with your papers. So this is gonna be here. Is this one big enough for that one? Where's my... No, I'll stop there then. That's one done. And the other one, as I told you, I would suggest that you do the same here. Because we have a pattern, I'm going to try and have the pattern continue, at least the lines. So I'm going to go here and here. And then I need the width, which would be, which side is it? To check which one is they're not the same. See, so this is the way it has to be. This one is like this, so this one will be like this. So we're gonna go this wide. Oh. I put the mark on my mat. I mean the insert. So here, over here. So here, and then this one here. Last cut. And then around the corners. If I run out of time on my chip, I'll be working on matting those. But before I do that, to make sure I have time for checking with you guys what space we have available for the last page in our book, then I want to do that with you guys before I mat those, just in case I don't have enough time on my chip. So this is page 1 and 2. This is going to be page 3, like this, and we're going to work on page 4. So let's put these two here. This. So as we can see, as we can see, we don't have much room, so there's no way I can do the 9-face page because this is what we've got left. So it's pretty tight here. So we're gonna do just a simple, maybe just 2 flips or 2 flaps like this with a magnet, just for fun, and it'll pocket inside. So that'll be really simple. So we'll be working on that next time. But in the meantime, let's finish those 2 mats. I really thought we could make a 9-face page, but this is too small an album to make that with all the interactions that we've made. There's no way. Cut this a little short. So it'll be just like this. Let's check this one to see if it's the same. Yes. I haven't matted it. I mean, I haven't distressed it. I keep forgetting to distress. It's so important. I'd rather tear everything and start over again than not doing it. It's not very nice when you see the cut. This cut right here, white. Is it still sticky? I think so. Because this wet glue is really good. Like, even if you wait a little bit, it'll still stick. By the way, I buy tacky glue. This is really, I keep filling it with the big ones like the big size tacky glue. That's why it's all getting run down. I buy the big ones and I fill it, so it's much cheaper. And I buy them at Walmart. They're like half price from Joann's, so I think it's worth it. Even with a 50% coupon at Joann's, you still pay more than what you would pay at Walmart, I think. It's just a few cents difference. So that's what I do. So this is going to be like this. Not too much. Especially when you're making mats like this, especially when you do it on one side. If you put too much glue, you'll see the line of the glue underneath, which you don't want to. So here I have to check which side is the right side. This one. Yes. So this is the line continuing. So we're good, I think. There are two mats. Let's put them in the page. Let's see how it works. So this one goes in here. See, it goes easily because you have more grip, because it's so sturdier, so much sturdier that it doesn't bend, so it's easy. So you see, you think it's a big mat, big photo mat into the belly band, but it's not, because here you have the small one and you have the large one, which everybody really likes. So I think it's a neat interaction, and I'm doing it pretty much every album now that I make. I always use this one. So this is what we're doing today. So next time we'll be working on this one. It'll be just two flaps. We'll use a magnet here because I haven't used many magnets in there so far. So we'll have one here, and then we'll have just a pocket inside. So it'll be really thin because we don't have room in the album to make any bigger. So we'll be doing that, and then we will be assembling our pages to the album here. And then after